Rose, dear, I need you to go down to the basement and fix that pump that drains it. It's on the fritz again.
There's a water pump in the basement? Why? Utah is above sea level.
Oh, this old church is weird. We've always had that problem, but do fix it, please. The children need their ginger ale soon.
Yes, Agatha. Wet beast. What's that?
Whoa! There's really good ginger ale. Like, really good ginger ale. I like it.
Whoa, fish creature. It's just like in that porno I watched once.
They made a porno with someone like me?
Yeah, it won an Academy Award, I think.
Huh. I didn't know that.
What are you?
Like a fish person, I guess.
Where'd you come from?
I don't know. Pacific Ocean, I guess. Well, that's where I was.
This ankle-deep pool of water connects to the Pacific Ocean?
Eventually.
So what are you doing here?
Stealing ginger ale. Sorry about that. I don't have any money right now, on account of it's hard for me to find a job. And, also I was looking for a place to crash, and this place was wet, so I've been staying here the past weekend.
Oh, so you're not dangerous.
I mean, I'm way stronger than a human, and I have these claws. I gotta be careful with those. But I'm pretty chill.
Where are you from?
This one place, it's underwater, and there are, it's not that interesting. You know how some people say things like, I'm going to leave this place and go to California? That's basically what I said, but in this case, California is Salt Lake City, Utah? Or did you mean, where do we come from in the grand scheme of things? Because, where does anyone come from in that sense? Do you know where you come from?
Well, yes, actually. Have you heard of the Book of Mormon?
No. I haven't read many books, honestly. People tell me I should read more.
Then how about you come to my apartment and I'll tell you all about it.
Whoa, that'd be pretty cool. Thanks. Could we stop by Target on the way there and pick up some Little Debbie's?
Sure, I don't see why not. My name is Rose, by the way. What's yours?
The circus I work for called me Dagon the Abomination.
Oh, how rude of them.
It's fine, really.
What's your real name?
I don't have one. That's more like a human thing, really.
So I guess Dagon works for now.
Are the people upstairs gonna freak out, or are they chill like you?
Don't worry, us Mormons are obnoxiously courteous and friendly.
Welcome to the Fearfic Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Gentlemen, before us, we have 3 entries from the RPC Authority.
Why?
We have 3 of them because, we're just going to look and investigate and see what the RPC Authority has on offer. And oftentimes, it's hit or miss, but this is a writing project similar to the SCP Foundation, but way more based. And every every single one of the 3 entries we're going to be reading today is a fucking alpha white.
Oh, damn. Abysmii's favorite 2 words.
Alpha white. Alpha white.
Alpha white.
That's not in sync at all. Fuck.
No, it's impossible.
So, us 3 white boys are going to be reading some alpha whites. I am psyched for this. I've been reading a lot of RCP Authority stuff recently. I've been digging into their lore because we always read the entries, so maybe someday we should actually, like, read the lore in the background behind. No.
And the reason for that is I just won't do it. And if you're wondering why we don't do more RPCs, it's me. I don't like doing them. So once in a while we'll do them when I feel like it.
If we have to know the lore to understand your SCP type article on any SCP style site, then your article is no good.
This is akin to saying, I don't understand this part of this Star Wars movie. It seems like there's like this giant missing information. Well, you had to read the supplementary book that came out afterwards. That's what that is. So no, I'm not going to do it, and you failed.
I love how you guys are like, you have to read the book to understand the book. What?
It's Star Wars book? Yeah, sure.
It's other material. I'm not saying the stories that we have break through the codes for being less than stellar aren't that. I am saying reading the extra lore and everything in the background and all of that stuff really does expand like your scope of what's going on in the universe. It makes you appreciate what you appreciate more, and also makes you think that the stuff that isn't so good is really not so good.
Let me break this down in a little bit more of an apt comparison.
Break it down.
Star Wars was a good comparison, but a little more apt. This is sort of like going to Archive of Our Own, pulling up a Jeff the Killer romance story, and the first thing you read is in italics or whatever says, to fully understand the story, you have to read Slender Man Meets Ben, the story I wrote previously. And it's like, I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna disagree with you there because we all know what Jeff the Killer is. And Ben and true. Slender Man, we all know that people ship them and write disgusting slashfic about them. So even if you don't know what happened previously in that story, you can still kind of get what they're going for.
If you want to understand the story.
They hump for 10 men.
Yeah. If you want to understand
pierce
the
each other's kidneys for 10 men.
Oh, God.
All right, well, but with SCP type things, usually looking into the lore is like learning how to do your taxes. I don't want to learn all the different terminology and everything.
Depends, because there are some cool things like the different recovery people. So they have like we've talked about it before, and it'll come up of like mobile task force suited gentlemen, and it's like, what is that? But when you dig into it, it's like those are their undercover agents, and that's just like their term for that. And then they have like history that goes behind like missions that they've been on and stuff. So it's like a different way to get the kind of stories you want. If you want that espionage kind of stuff, you can find it that way instead of just randomly exploring articles.
I never would have guessed that the gentlemen in suits were the sneaky undercover guys. Okay.
I'm gonna dick ride Brandon here for a second.
Okay. Do you want me to pause or?
No, the fans need to hear this. The Fleming Unit Storage Project. If you read I know you haven't heard about it, but if you read that first entry, it explains everything you need to know about the universe as far as background lore, and everything else you can eventually piece together if they reference each other. But that's all you need to know for how many entries? Over 100, right?
Yeah, 132.
Yeah, so that's a good amount of content. And you don't have to go and like pick through things and be like, what's that? Oh, there's another footnote. Oh, there's another hyperlink. I would prefer that approach as to, did you know about the deep lore? Oh, if you didn't, then this probably doesn't make any sense. Fuck you.
To be fair, we're talking about a singular storage unit in the Haver, Montana, and the stories it holds versus the fucking world and other dimensions as well.
It's just, I think there's a mistake you make when someone, a casual reader who has first discovered the RPC Authority, reads a paragraph and goes, this is so dense, I have no idea what's being referred to, and I don't care to look into it farther because it's not made convenient.
Me, with my short attention span, can get into certain stories.
Yes, but you have terrible taste, so I'm excusing this. I'm kidding.
No, but like, there are different stories that we've read where we're like, hey, this is a good one. Hey, oh, no, not this one.
Well, even the good stories were not like, I want to look deeper into the references here. It was just good prima facie. So,
I suppose so.
Just my opinion. Purely my opinion. Anyway, let's continue.
I felt similar until I actually started looking into some of the stuff, and then I started appreciating it, is what I am saying.
You're appreciating Kingdom Hearts, is what you're saying.
It is a very Kingdom Hearts appreciatory endeavor, for sure. But
Paprika appreciates Kingdom Hearts, and it's almost ended our marriage multiple times.
Abysmii,
just saying.
Abysmii, you just don't fill my heart with lies. All right,
Sora.
so DP is saying that it's not terrible when you have to read the lore to understand the thing. All right, so let's start reading this. Okay. RPC 66998 is to be contained in a Section 5 Ultima Gregory Platinum Chamber and guarded by the Yellow Tang Squad 7. Okay.
Ultima Gregory. Ultima Gregory. Ultima Gregory is my favorite anime.
I don't know what issues you have with reading the Authority Archive Lesser Anomalous Location Index Personal Dossier of items acquired by the entities of groups of interest under the Agency of Operational Info. I don't know what's not to appreciate about that. Okay, guys? Just look into it.
DP, are you the next step in human evolution?
Well, if you read Boogie Pop Phantom, which is structured in a similar way, and one of my favorite pieces of fiction ever, you would see that it's important to understand that the rhizomatic, that's an hard school word, rhizomatic nature of the RPC Authority is pretty interesting.
Hey, so our first article is RPC 579.
It is, and it is under the code name Phoenix Drug, which, thank you guys for locking me in that room, detoxing me, getting all the Valscarium out of my system.
Yeah, no, that's what friends would do.
Yeah, that's why we did it, sure.
I don't know why you felt the need to shoot my dick in the process, especially considering you were aiming for my head.
I mean, the two are frequently right next to each other.
I Matrix jumped into the air and my dick aligned with my head.
Yeah. What? Oh man, could you imagine? I'm sure
a line head with dick technique.
God damn it! I'm sure there have been porn versions of the Matrix. I'm sure there have been many.
Oh
many
hell
of them.
Yes!
But what a missed opportunity if they don't have that scene. Somebody just completely naked jumping backward.
He just gets the plug pulled out of his head, and they're like, "How are you feeling?" And he looks at them. I know cunnilingus.
Yeah. They pull the plug out of his head, and then they put it back in, and then pull it out and put it back in faster and faster and faster. Anyway.
Register phenomena code RPC-178.
Nope.
Object class.
Oh yeah. I was
about to say. I'm like,
I'm on the wrong tab. Fucking.
Ooh, shit. Might as well see that
I
bad.
specifically said 579 and nobody corrected me, so fuck it.
You were just making shit up.
Yeah.
Object class Alpha White. Hazard type, and then it's a regenerative hazard.
It looks like a picture of Pong or something.
It looks like a pill. It's a pill being cut in half and then being brought back together.
That is straight up Dayquil.
It is the picture straight up is Dayquil.
It's called Phoenix Drug, which I'm sure is a reference to Phoenix Down.
Really? I thought it was a reference to Phoenix, Arizona, and it was going to be meth.
Is Phoenix Down just Dayquil?
And he's popping Dayquil while he's doing the video.
Just consider the fact. If you take some Dayquil, you don't have to end your day, so it's like you got a second life back. So in Final Fantasy VII...
Dayquil shall come back to life.
A quill? Huh? Quill?
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Wow.
This episode's sponsored by Robitussin.
Jesus Christ. Matt Pat,
Somebody take
that one is not for free. You owe us money for that fucking idea.
Right. Oh boy.
If you get revived too many times by Phoenix Down, are you okay every time, or do you slowly get, like, you know, more and more deteriorated?
I think
Like, do you get some sort of syndrome after a while, or?
Oh, ha 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 ha. I get it. I get it.
Yep. Okay.
Goblin Slimebeast back at it again.
Yeah.
Problematic Slimebeast. Containment protocols RPC-178 is to be kept in a standard containment storage locker at Site 015. For experimentation or emergency purposes, high-ranking personnel with security clearance level of 4 or 5 are to have access to RPC-178.
But not higher. Not higher than 5.
No.
Only 4 and 5, that's it.
Well, after 5, then you get into the Gamma Euclid level clearance, which you wouldn't know about that. So, it's just in that there. Unauthorized use of RPC-178 is to increase a person's lifespan, will result in a demotion of CSD status. Ensure a request form is filed out to the site director via submission packet for permission to use RPC-178. Aren't you regretting not knowing what all of these things mean?
No.
Listen, I just appreciate this stuff, okay? That's all there is to it. You don't need to, but, it's my sleepover, and I choose the Alpha White.
Description: RPC-178 is a series of translucent fluorescent orange-colored pills found in a glass jar recovered from the abandoned redacted labs in Lebanon. Oh,
that's
boy.
weird, because the photo is of pills of capsules on a card.
Yeah.
But okay, they're in a jar.
Yeah.
Maybe they put them in there after to contain them. Okay, the glass jar wasn't contained, and these flimsy plastic is more contained.
Yeah.
At the time of recovery, there were 77 pills in total. Initial testing showed that ingestion of the pills did not cause any beneficial or detrimental effects for the test subject until Incident 178-01, in which a CSD class was terminated during a containment breach.
Wow,
what the fuck is
class?
This?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Wow, okay. Well, don't ask me what a CSD is. I mean, I guess you're just going to, have to read the book.
How about...
Here's the thing. I don't care.
CSD class, a can't suck dick class. They don't know how to suck dick, so they're terminated.
Can't suck.
You see, a reasonable move would be to hyperlink a reference to CSD, or even more reasonable would be to just put what the actual long-form definition of CSD is in parentheticals after this, like a normal fucking person. But no.
There's only one problem with that. I don't know what a parenthetical is, so...
Something in parentheses. CSD, parentheses. Corporate structure, dickhead, in parentheses.
There you go. DP, when you said can't suck this dick, is that like a new character you're coming up with, like an old-timey villain from a movie with a big top hat and handlebar mustache? And
no.
I have a giant penis, but you can never suck it.
You're not going to get a look at my penor. Yes.
Just stands around yelling at people.
Technically you could do that. You could just go out in public. Kids, go out in public and tell people, hey, you're not allowed to suck my dick.
That's not cool.
Back up. No, you can't suck this dick. Back up.
Mm-hmm. Once I install this moon-destroying ray, the entire world will be plunged into turmoil, and everyone will die, and then no one will be left to suck my dick. My dick will never be sucked.
Just a voluptuous spy woman just ties him down, starts sucking his dick. No! My power!
God damn it.
Draining from me.
Wait a minute, why was I against this all my life?
Oh, I can see why they were so insistent on this being a good thing now.
Oh, man. Anyway, RPC, we're not reading the footnote, are we?
No.
Footnote 1, see incident log for more details. Okay, thank you, footnote. RPC-178 does not contain any viral culture or chemical composition of any kind. Okay.
Bullshit.
It's just bullshit, literally. Any substances that are present within the anomalies cannot be determined. Any attempt to mechanically disassemble any pill or its contents results in spontaneous combustion reaction which destroys the pill. Blows up like a gas station, yeah.
That is a giant missed opportunity right there, because you could insert any complicated carbon structure of pretty much anything, and that would ground this more than just saying, well, we don't know what it is. Like, fuck you, dude, say something. This is boring. Oh, it can't be, it's a pill that we don't understand. Okay, then I don't care.
The contents of the pill vaporize when it's opened. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
On exposure to oxygen, it disappears.
Give it the chemical composition of fucking anthrax and change one of the variables.
Yeah.
You know, and that would lead someone to be like, oh, this is close to, oh my god, this is almost anthrax. That's a cool little discovery thing. But as written, it's just, oh, we don't know. It doesn't have a chemical composition. It doesn't exist, but it's there. Spooky.
Is the pill full of purple guy? Are these pills that they make me take full of purple guy?
Somebody take this image and just put purple guy in each of the pills.
Is the nurse at my nursing home a purple guy?
So I do agree, but that's helpful feedback, you know?
Yeah.
Is what we do here. Listen, not all heroes wear capes is a phrase that keeps getting thrown around, and we don't wear capes, I'm just saying.
I wish that instead of saying... Here's maybe a lesser tweak. Instead of saying it spontaneously combusts when you open the pill, you could say the same thing, but maybe in a little bit more of a believable way by saying, you know, when exposed to oxygen, the contents ignite. Because then you say, okay, well, it's some kind of chemical reaction.
For sure.
Which probably
absolutely
is what they're talking about, but when you say it spontaneously combusts, it makes me think, you know, woo, magic, you know.
It's also an element of, like, keep it simple, stupid. Like, unless this also plays into, like, you eat the pills and then you explode into fire, I don't know why the pill would explode. You know, like, it doesn't make... sure, whatever the logic of the story, but it doesn't make sense, like, thematically. Anyway, upon the death of the subject who has consumed the pill, their body will spontaneously combust. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Proceed to burn for several minutes until they are reduced to ash. Temperatures around the deceased will rise to about 352 degrees Celsius.
Jesus Christ.
In Celsius, that's the communist measurement, right?
Yeah, that's like, if they ignited...
What is that in freedom?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Celsius.
Get back to me that in freedom units.
Abysmii, you're a lawyer. Convert temperatures for us.
Damn it.
After a period of 30 seconds, a new instance of the subject will manifest from the ashes of the mental and physical condition, in the same mental and physical condition as they were before their death.
So they basically go, ah! Ah!
Oh, okay.
So it's 666 Fahrenheit. Edge Lord.
That's funny. I like that.
Also, 606, like, what's the temperature at which the fucking atmosphere ignites?
1. 0.
Absolute 0. The subject will have no recollection of the events between the time of death and revival period. Any subject with medical or mental illnesses will rematerialize without any of their prior conditions after death. Subjects who die over the age of 70 will receive and appear biologically, will revive and appear biologically younger rather than their chronological age. RPC-178 has been accepted for future cross-testing purposes that are of high priority. RPC-178 must be used sparingly, however, as all attempts to replicate the drug have been met with failure.
Wait a minute. They can't replicate the drug that contains nothing?
Wow,
that's
contains what they can't explain.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's anomalous, because it's not supposed to be, you know.
But I mean, it's like, yeah, of course you can't replicate it. You don't know what the. Okay.
Well, remember the 6-pack of soda?
Yeah, it's soda. Soda with an exclamation point.
And that was like, they didn't have to say it has no chemical composition, but they also didn't have to go into so much detail as to, like, what's the chemical makeup, how much calcium is in it. They just said it's soda and it has different anomalous effects. This is on the side of it's there's nothing there that we can detect. Also, it makes you flare up to 666 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, it's try hard, for lack of a better phrase.
I don't get that much from it. The 666 thing is too jokey for my taste, but like the rest of it, I really haven't felt that way.
I mean, it literally, I'm not against it so far. You know, I'm just like, oh, this is a typical SCP RCP thing. Pretty standard, but
I'm against it because it's a pill, and pills in the real world can do a plethora of fucked up shit, and this thing just ignites you, and you can't. You don't know its chemical composition.
That's what I was going to say.
Lame.
That's what I was going to say. Basically, was I'm not against this so far, but I am kind of a little bit. You have to get me in on board with this, with it being a pill that just mimics what a mythological phoenix does. Like
right.
At some point here, I have to be brought on board with that, because otherwise, it's just like, here's a pill that makes you a vampire. Here's a pill that makes you a mermaid. Here's a pill that, does what a phoenix does. Here's a pill that, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, to be fair though, we have continuously fucking derailed and not gotten to let the story do what it's supposed to do, which we always do.
Yeah.
That's completely untrue. Now, back to our story about the guy who won't let anyone suck his cock. Superman, you'll never suck my dick!
I think that when you're talking about like, hey, how about a mermaid pill and shit like that, you're getting into like the further context, and I would say, listen, ignore all the lore, ignore what everything else is doing. Just look at the singular thing. Mm-hmm. Don't look at any context or any background. Isn't that what you guys are saying?
Okay. Sure.
No.
Sure. Sure, DP, sure.
Recovery log 178-01. In the aftermath of an operation that led to the termination of a Church of Malthus cell. Malthus.
Guys, you don't know about the Church of Malthus? Oh my god.
Well, I know that, I forget the dude's first name, but Malthus is the guy who basically predicted that the world will starve itself of resources, and he's been wrong for like 50 years. The authority acquired classified documents following successful negotiations with the government of Lebanon.
Now,
the documents...
here's the thing, though. I think, actually, if this is the bit of lore I do know. The Church of Malthus is basically a group of people who have built a religion around putting that guy's dick in their Malthus.
And on the third day, he put his dick in that Malthus. The documents detail the locations and research papers of unofficial research facilities, including redacted labs where RPC-178 was recovered. The facility has been abandoned since 19-blank. Scorch marks were discovered in many of the facility's testing chambers and what appears to be a habitat wing. One of the recovered files was heavily damaged, but legible regarding a set of instructions. Right. I'm just going to take these instructions.
God damn it.
Take and distill 35 milliliters of subject's blood. That's a fairly small amount. Take 50 milliliters of subject's tears and synthesize them in the subject's blood.
It's a phoenix, folks. A literal phoenix. Go ahead.
Yeah. Take one feather and grind the contents in with red sulfur, synthesize in blood, and seal the beaker. Heat the contents under 121.11 degrees Celsius. Rotate the beaker and mix the contents. Warning. The contents in the beaker will become highly volatile in this state. The atmosphere within the beaker is condensed to keep the contents stable. Do not damage the container. In a closed transference, divert 15 milliliters of the compound into a vial. Final synthesis requires document illegible at this point due to severe burn damage. Okay, this would be cooler if it was just alchemy. Because it's taking a like modern scientific approach to alchemy, and it's not translating well, or it's not adapting well, I should say.
It's sort of it basically is what one of these foundations would do. I mean, it's a lab, in another country that's trying to make a drug, I guess, but for all intents and purposes, it's what one of these organizations would do with an SCP or an RPC that was a Phoenix. So I mean, it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Forgivable to a certain extent, but I would forgive this story entirely of the high concept, which maybe is a little too lofty, if it turns out that it's actually Big Bird. Gather his tears and his blood. Incident. Okay, so this is the.
Can someone do a Big Bird impression? Because I don't.
No, I can't.
Hey, everybody! I'm Big Bird. Yay!
Where's me, Big Bird?
I'm Big Bird.
Where's me, Squidward?
Snuffleupagus, you'll never suck my dick.
Well, I don't really want to, but okay. I don't know why I sound like Yogi the Bear.
Oh, God. All right, incident. Oh, wait. Hey, everybody, I'm here too. Incident 178-01. CSD 0141, one of the test subjects who was administered with RPC 178, died on 4/12/2018 during a containment breach in Site 015 due to a fault in the containment airlock. RPC Redacted's only casualty was CSD 0141, who attempted to engage the entity after being cornered. It's Big Bird. CSD 0141 was incapable of describing his experience since his death and revival. CSD 0141 was given another pill and was given temporary psychiatric relief until further testing. Why was he given another pill? It was probably an amnestic.
Well, they would say if it was an amnestic.
No.
They love saying it's amnestic.
No, they've given so many amnestics away, and now they're catching flack for it, and they're just like, well, we gave him a pill of some kind.
Placebo.
Might have been a placebo, might have been a Class A amnestic. I don't know. Could have been either or.
I like the idea of them being able to synthesize the Phoenix pill, like, very easily, and then every article saying, anyone who comes in contact with RPC- such and such is to be given the level 5 Phoenix pill. They just explode and come back to life for no reason.
Well, if you would know about the CPA, which is an alternate dimension version of the RPC Authority, this is fucking cool. Don't even tell me this isn't cool.
Creepypasta Association?
Correct. That instead of capturing the entities, captured them, enslaved them, and then is now like a Nazi-like regime using their the powers of all of these anomalous things to stay in power.
Wait a minute, you're saying the alternate universe RPC is the alt-right one?
Correct. It literally is.
That's weird.
What?
It should be noted that RPC 178 can only be used once, so I had to give him another pill. When administered with another instance of RPC 178, CSD 0141 was killed several months later after an accident in the handling of an instance of RPC 102. Okay, whatever. I got nothing from that, but go ahead.
Well, that's supposed to make you click on, 102, but,
no.
Whatever. If you're just a human being who's uncurious, that's fine.
All right,
Only 7 pills have been used since the time of recovery. 4 of the subjects were called into the medical wing for a psychological evaluation following the test. Interview log 1, subject CSD 0141, a homeless Indonesian American male, 32 years of age. Forward. The following transcript is an evaluation conducted by Dr. shortly after incident 178-01.
That's what happens when your parents sneeze when you're being named. What do you want to name your lovely son?
They're writing it down, too?
Yes.
No, that's what their great whatever, they did that when they were asking for their last name.
Oh, maybe it's like when people come over to America back in the day, and they just said, "You're Mr. Johnson. Now you're Mr. Smith. Now you're Mr. This." Maybe somebody came by and they said, "Now you're Mr."
Got the Ellis Island treatment.
Yeah.
No. Like if you want to get a job, we're gonna have to name you something good. You're Mr. White. You're Mr. White. You're Mr. Caucasian. You're Mr. White.
You're Mr. Alpha.
Yes. Who's and who's CSD?
I'll be CSD.
I guess I have to be Dr. Apth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Begin log. Good morning, Cinta. How are you feeling today?
I feel warm. Best way to describe it.
Are you experiencing an uncomfortable kind of warmth?
Oh, no, it's just, I feel a good kind of warmth, I guess.
Oh, like Florida, yes.
Yes. I remember back in 92, we went down, we visited your cousin Ethel down in Florida.
Oh my God, Ethel, I should call her. You remember your encounter with RPC Redacted, though, yeah?
I do, yeah, the schmuck.
Aye. Knowing that you've died and come back to life, oy vey, how does that make you feel?
CSD purses lips inwards as he stares at the table for a minute before his response.
It makes me feel scared. Like, one moment your mind blanks out the pain, you lose consciousness, and a nothing. But it wasn't a nothing kind of nothing, if that makes any sense.
Describe it the best you can, you schlemiel.
It's like there's this blank space of nothingness, like a coma, but you can't think, can't dream, can't anything. And just thinking about it hurts my head, oy vey. And when you finally wake up, all you can do is feel the burning sensation in your chest. Much like I got the heartburn. The good kind, I mean. Like I described before. Like the heartburn.
Do you have any concerns that you wish to address?
I have several. Hold on, let me get my laptop.
Oh.
I don't know. Not really. I guess I kind of feel scared. I mean, I've come to realize just how fragile my life is, and it's just made me grateful for my grandchildren, mostly, that I got this second chance. It says change. It should be chance. But at the same time, I wish I didn't. Doc, everything in here scares the shit out of me. And now I know what the worst these creatures could do to me.
You're slipping out of old Brooklyn Jew and turning into John Lennon.
I'm not a great voice actor. I don't pretend to be.
Yeah, well, we're fucking doing Indonesian gentlemen, and instead we're getting Brooklyn Jews.
Oh, yeah, there's nobody Jewish in Indonesia, DP. Jesus Christ.
Probably not. They're trying to kick all the Muslims out, so...
Well, hey.
Well, in about 8 more months, you won't have to worry about the creatures anymore. Keep strong and persevere. By the end of your term, you'll appreciate the benefits the RPC Authority has given you to the fullest extent. Now, before I cut this interview short, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, I think I'm good for now.
Just fucking turns into Obama.
The Obama pill.
End log.
Oh,
God.
You fucking died, you take off your mask and you're Obama underneath it. Oh, I guess I'm Obama now.
Alright, so now we got another fucking log.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Log is right. SF personnel O2 Lewis, a Caucasian German-American male, American male, was declared...
White German-American male.
Correct. Yes. Brain dead after suffering from blunt force trauma to the cranium.
At a rally.
From a bike lock.
Yep.
Lewis attempted to restrain CSD personnel after testing RPC-135. Oh, it's a great one. I recommend that one.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. It's actually Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Rick and Morty satellite.
Yeah.
This RPC, he turned himself into a pickle. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen, man.
Oh, God. I could picture like a room of like 10 test subjects staring blankly forward, drool on their chins, all in unison repeating, funniest thing I ever seen. Rick turns himself into a pickle. Funniest thing I've ever seen.
I'm Pickle Rick Morty.
Yeah. To prevent him from entering the television set. The CSD was terminated shortly after, and the ASF was put on life support. O2 Lewis was euthanized after being administered with RPC-178.
Wait. Why would he need to be euthanized? Doesn't taking the pill make you explode?
Yeah, that's how they euthanized him. They euthanized him via pill explosion.
Okay.
Lewis rematerialized after several minutes materializing several minutes after in a physical and mentally fit state. Forward, the following interview has been conducted by Dr. Apathy to determine Lewis's psychological well-being. Following the incident began, log. I'll be Lewis.
Yeah, well, Slimebeast has to reprise his role.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you do.
Good morning, Private Lewis. Are you feeling all right today?
I feel like shit. My head's pounding, massive headache. I haven't felt this bad since my hangover after Oktoberfest. How long have I been out?
DP's classic German accent. About a few days. We kept you on life support since the incident with CSD-014. Oh.
Ah, right. Oh, wait, that fucker. He really got me good, didn't he?
Oh, fucking goddamn it. You can say that. He got you dead. Ha ha!
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
Third right.
Listen, Lewis, we've had this discussion before, my friend. You can't just say these things.
Look, I'm looking for a solution.
Oh, my God. Oy. Alright, so what was actually what part of what you said there, right?
I said yes, yeah.
Okay.
What?
You were brain dead, Private. CSDO-14 took all the time in the world, carving your skull, I don't know, who's to say?
Fucking your skull fucker.
Did he fuck you in the skull? Hey, maybe a little.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm part of, Mobile Task Force Unit 7 Skullfuckers.
Damn it.
Wait, brain dead?
HOS Cole filled out a request to administer you with RPC 178.
That explains why I feel so warm.
Lewis, my boy, if it's at all possible, do you remember anything prior to your, resurrection?
Resurrection? Well, that's been out of the game for over a year now.
No Overwatch. No Overwatch.
That's a crude way to put it, but let's see.
Mm-hmm.
O2 Lewis takes a moment to sit back as he tries to recall the events following CSD 0014's assault. After about a minute or two in, the private shook his head and leaned back to reply.
I like how there's a tense shift in the fucking...
Yeah.
There's been multiple ones, but... Yeah.
Everything's a blank. I can't remember anything beyond getting my face smashed in.
But are you able to recall anything prior to the attack, or no?
Yeah, I can. It shouldn't be possible, though, right, Harvey Bickle?
Nope. Private, you had zero brain activity. Everything in that head of yours was dead. Nothing could bring you back from that by conventional means. Even if it was possible, you'd probably still be in a vegetative state. Or at best, a coma.
Okay, but if I was in a vegetative state, could I perhaps be a cucumber, and could that cucumber be pickled?
God damn it. Funniest thing I've ever seen. I swear to God, turned himself into a pickle. You have to...
It's... That, like... I've been seeking validation for why I don't find Rick and Morty funny anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think that meme kind of solidifies it. Because that meme is not, oh my God, Rick and Morty's so funny. It's, oh my God, they did that, and it's not funny. Let's make fun of it.
It was literally jumping the shark. That was their jumping the shark moment.
And they were doing it intentionally, and they're doing it to be meta.
But it's so fucking...
It's just like, that is such a Dan Harmon, to quote Danny Pudi's character in Community, why do you, I have to shove everything up its own ass to be meta, ha ha ha. Like, no, it's not funny. We get that you're doing it. It's not funny. Stop it.
What I like is how the meme did like a 180 overnight, where it was like, oh, these highly intellectual Morty fans with their fedoras thinking you don't understand the nihilistic and scientific views. And then overnight, boom, snap your fingers, it's muscular dudes or whoever holding their hand out and going, you don't understand, bro. A pickle. Funniest shit I ever saw. It's like, well, wait, which is it? Wait.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
good thing RPC-178 isn't a treatment of conventional means.
Things you would say in real life. Indeed. All right. Are you feeling anything else at all aside from warmth and headaches?
Yeah. Anger.
And angry.
And angry. Did that fucker beat my head in and get buried 6 feet underground?
In a sense, yes. CSD-0014 has been terminated.
A damn shame. I wanted to see that look on his face, knowing I was still alive. I was about ready to pop his scrawny little fucking neck off.
Just his neck. Pop his neck off.
Pop your neck off. Pop your neck off.
That did not end well.
Pop your neck off, hold on. Pop your neck off, hold on.
I would say, in most cases, the logs of discussions are the most disappointing parts to me. Because it's always, it's always stuff like, gosh, Doc, I never thought X, Y, and Z would happen. Hell of a thing, ain't it, Doc? And the Doc's like, indeed, it is a hell of a thing.
Nothing has topped historical figures talking about football over the phone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I keep waiting for one like that, because that one was brilliant.
I think part of it is that you look at a writer like me, and I'm not like trying to toot my own horn here. What I excel at is kind of the first-person narrative kind of thing, so I write to that strength. And I think a lot of the RPC people are that kind of scientific, organization, file-minded kind of person. So when it comes to actually writing dialogue, it ends up being more lackluster in general because that's not what their natural talent is.
Speaking of tooting our own horns, I'm gonna lay on my horn like the corpse of a dead driver. I wrote a CRP thing about a forest that has just bullets whizzing through it with no origin, and
called America.
Yeah,
see, it's a metaphor.
Oh.
I like to do the log files like in my own personal opinion, like how people would actually talk, and that's some Rick and Morty level, self-fillating there. But
to be honest, you have to be pretty intelligent to understand Slimebeast stories.
Yeah, exactly. But, so in my log file of talking, they have this guy, test subject, sleeping in the gunfire forest overnight, and all he's saying for like a good span of it is he's just going, damn, oh damn, oh shit, oh damn. It's like, because there's gunfire going off. The scientist being like, please tell us what you're seeing. What are you seeing? It's like, oh shit! That squirrel got. But, that's the thing
down!
Yeah.
Get the fuck down!
I think that,
Jump!
You have to throw...
Fucking jump!
Fucking shit! I will murder you! The thing is, with those log files, you gotta throw in some little... And I don't mean like jokey Joss Whedon type discussion where it's like, jokey ways to discuss the actual situation. You have to throw in some kind of little irrelevant information because it is at that point you are writing a story, Yeah,
you do have to have one of the characters say something like, "That's my secret, Cap. I've always been a pickle."
Jesus Christ.
But I think that was God's mistake.
Yeah.
With RPC-499, our next entry in the Alpha-Wide episode. So register phenomenon code 499. I'm going to give you the 411 on 499. Object class Alpha-White, of course. Hazard types, memory alteration hazard, containment protocols, standard confidential information protocols, active containment protocols have not been deemed necessary.
Holy Christ.
Okay. Description, RPC-499 is designated for the 24-hour time period between 7:34 a.m. GMT, 8/3/6, and 7:34 a.m. GMT, 9/3/6.
I don't care.
So there's time in the past that has been, fucking 14 years ago?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay.
So this RPC is a period of time.
Correct. But it seems to be that.
Yeah.
There appears to be no record or recollection of the events, if any, that occurred during RPC-499. Memories of the event that have happened during RPC-499 have been deemed artificial memories, presumably planted by the Authority. All Authority documentations that were logged during RPC-499 have been discovered as having been filed retroactively. There exists no record pertaining to the document falsification carried out by the Authority. So that's reminding me of when we read the story about Massachusetts not being real. It's just a mass delusion. And it's like, well, how can that be? It's like, that's how convincing the delusion is.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories.
But, so we have an RPC article essentially noting and keeping track of something the RPC tried to cover up.
That it did itself?
Believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Instead of God's mistake, it should just be RPC-499. Why'd we do this?
Whoopsie.
What happened?
What happened? Addendum 1 attempts to find any physical evidence of what occurred during RPC-499 have been thus far inconclusive, with the exception of 3 documents. RPC-499-A is what appears to be a copy of the birth records of Memorial Hospital West for August 3rd, 2006.
Oh.
Yeah.
Second
RPC
Coming or Antichrist.
Maybe. RPC 499-A, in addition to the other births of the day, logs a baby is being born. The name, gender, and any additional information pertaining to the baby is blacked out. The remainder of the log shows no additional births. Attempts to contact hospital staff have remained inconclusive, with any and all individuals showing no recollection of the expunged birth record. Current records do not include the expunged birth at all.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong here. Wouldn't it be quote-unquote better subjectively if instead of it being there's no other record of a baby being born that day at the hospital, it was like all other births miscarried that day?
That could be cool.
That would be a lot of miscarriages.
Well, I mean, it would be if I'm assuming that this is since it's God's mistake and it's about a baby, I'm assuming it's like an Antichrist type figure or something, which would be, yeah, that many would be on par with something that bad.
Yeah, I do love that current records do not include expunged births at all. I like the idea of instead of saying you had an abortion, you'd be like, I had the birth expunged.
Oh, God.
Someone please expunge this baby.
Jesus Christ. Alright, blah, blah, blah. RPC 499B, Plan B, is the original document for RPC 499. Discovered by a filing clerk in 2010, the document listed only the following sentence. RPC 499 is the designation for the 24-hour time period between 7:34 a.m. GMT 836 and 7:34 a.m. GMT 936. What's what we had at the beginning of the article.
Yeah, attempts to link the original handwriting to the individual deemed responsible have thus far proven inconclusive. RPC-499.
It is written in Aramaic, though. Okay.
Yes. RPC-499-C is the designation for the audio cassette labeled 4-3 2006 and permanent marker. RPC-499-C is believed to originate from the Memorial Hospital West. The fingerprints of a male and female were lifted from RPC-499-C, both deceased from a car accident and childbirth, respectively, in 2006. The contents of the cassette appear to have been wiped prior to acquisition. Yes, the Antichrist. I guess.
Cool. Addendum 2, CRPC 876.
Yeah, but everyone already knows about that one, so.
Oh, of course.
499. What significance does that have to the Antichrist? Nothing. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
When you think about it, if you flip the 9s upside down, then you have 66, which is Route 66, where McCree was born. And if you look at the 4, which is the Japanese symbol for death, it would say that that represents Genji. And then it's just saying that this story ships Genji and McCree.
Oh, okay. So
McCrengy.
McCrengy. I was gonna say what would that be called, but that works, yeah.
Well, that's a high note. Good night, everybody.
Now,
see you.
We're ending on a Overwatch joke.
Oh wait, no. That's the name of this entry. Is good night, everybody.
Oh,
yeah. Registered phenomena code 876. Object class neutralized. Used to be beta yellow. Hazard types.
No, we're not reading that one.
We're not?
No, why would we read that one? Everyone already knows about that.
Okay. What are we doing?
RPC 579.
579.
I'm gonna go get a new drink.
Oh, that explains it. Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm cranky. I ain't got booze all.
Abysmii's cranky. He needs a dwanky. Alright, so that's how we know, is when Abysmii loses the thread of what the fuck is going on. That's when he's finished his drink. RPC. Really poor crap.
I enjoy it. I've been enjoying reading a lot.
Here's my thing with it. Personally, what I enjoyed about SCP was the high concept, new, ideas, strange new ideas, especially related to things that already existed. Here's a Nintendo Zapper that kills people on screen. Here's a giant, piece of quartz or crystal that if you touch it, your skin crystallizes slowly over time. Different things like that where it was oh, that's interesting. But then you get into, what there is now, with SCPs and RPC and stuff like that, which RPC suffers from this because they've come out more recently, so they didn't get in on that golden age, it's a lot of stuff where it's this this is like, you know, a syringe filled with liquid, and the liquid is like the semen of God, and it's like, if you inject it into somebody, they become a demon and a fallen angel, and it's like, I just want like an erector set that gives you an erection when you play with it, or something, like, you know, just simple, strange concepts related to some weird thing, you know, like. Oh.
That's exactly how I feel as well. It's just a matter of all of them are doing that kind of thing, and it's hard to dissuade them from doing that. I don't know why.
Well, it probably gets the most attention. I don't know.
Yeah, but neither of the stories we read so far were really like that.
Well, like,
I don't think either of them were like edgelordy in any way.
Well, not necessarily. I'm not necessarily going for edgelordy as much as like the contrivance and complexity.
Complex.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think either of them were really that way. I think that some of the dialogue was lackluster, but.
Collect the blood of the phoenix, mix it with the tears of the phoenix, torture the phoenix to make the pharmaceutical pill that housewives across America are going to take to extend their lives. But guess what? It makes you burst into flames.
There's a picture of a phoenix, and it's like, doctors hate him.
One weird trick this bird learned. Yeah. Abysmii is not here yet. It sounded like he was back. Was that the sound of your door, or was that a body hitting the floor?
Yes.
Okay. Paprika's trying to follow you into the room. I want to be on the podcast. You just slam it in her face.
Go away!
Boom, boom.
Okay, since he was confused, let's recenter ourselves. RPC-579. Object class 57 alpha white. It's white. It's alpha. Hazard types extraterrestrial hazard.
All right, so this better not be some recognizable fucking pop culture fucking thing. Okay, go ahead.
Like the well-known fictional character Abysmii.
Yes.
Containment protocols. RPC-579 is to be held on a secure server in the Authority database and may be accessed freely by Authority personnel. Description, RPC-479 is the designation. 782 is the designation given to audio-based transmissions picked up by the Authority radio telescopes.
Oh God, it's back.
The origin of the transmission is currently unknown, but the content suggests that it is from an extremely distant future.
In the not-too-distant future. That's just Mystery Science Theater. What the fuck?
Conservative estimates, according to the footnote, place the transmission 3 and then a bunch of 0 years in the future. So it is from
100,000 million billion 3 trillion.
You got greedy with the zeros. Okay. Anyway, at least it's not 666 trillion.
That'd be better. Addition RPC-8392 is able to be understood by all that listen to it, regardless of the language that the listener knows. This is believed to be purposely created by the RPC 728 and is currently the main focus of research regarding the anomaly. Current theory suggests that the language spoken by RPC-439 is currently composed of audio-based cognito-hazards, which arrange sounds and words in the listener's mind to convey meaning, also known as art.
Salad. The entire paragraph.
Pickle, he turns himself into a pickle. Funniest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, I gotta steel myself for this. Data unreadable. 8, 2, 1, and 35 have gone offline, which means that I am the last living organism in the entirety I can't do that forever of the universe. Why am I transmitting this out? I am alone, orbiting a black hole that has kept the last of life in the universe alive for some billions of years. Well, there is a possibility of somebody hearing it, but I doubt it. Okay, fair enough. Trillions of years in the future, some scientists do estimate that it'll just be a bunch of black holes spinning around each other until they collapse into each other.
Well, that's pretty nihilistic there, Abysmii.
It's pretty scientific there.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
We used the last free piece of matter left in the universe some 200,000 rotations ago, and only now the power has finally gone out. I am only alive because I had a spare tank of oxygen and an EVA. Oh God, external
vagina accessory.
assembler.
Yeah, assembler. The external vagina assembler is the proud product of What the Fuck Industries.
I decided to head to the main control room, hoping that I could release a piece of the sphere. The sphere, capitalized, the black hole, just to give us an extra few rotations. But there was no more sphere left to give. I managed to make contact with some others who had managed to get in EVAs when the power cut out, but one by one they died, and now I am all that is left. My grandfather used to tell me stories.
My grandfather.
Want to know how I
black
got?
hole.
Want to know how I got these external vaginas? He used to tell me stories that were passed down from generation to generation.
I swear it was a pickle, I tell you, my son.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Ah!
In one of them, he claims that there used to be twinkling white lights in the void. Stars, he called them, massive balls of gas that were ablaze from the fusion at their core. The theoretical science made sense, but it's hard to imagine anything other than the singularity. I only have... Wait, what? So
What?
this guy is alive and has human technology, but stars have never been a thing?
No, the stars have been are like such a thing of the past that it's like science fiction to him.
Yeah.
But you would have to be such an advanced, like,
Nerd.
3 bagillions years.
You would have to be a life form that is so far beyond what humanity is to even exist in such a universe, if all there are black holes.
How do we feel about... we're assuming this is human. This may not even be a human, but...
Why would you use a term like
you know.
EVA? Yeah, and oxygen.
Well,
These are astronaut terms.
It's the message is taking shape in the listener's head in a way they understand. So technically the message could be like, I've been bleeping gleep doop on my fleep floop, and it's like I've been breathing oxygen and using my EVA.
I think that you're looking... No, Abysmii, slow down. I think you're focusing too much on the literal happenings in the story and not thinking about what the story is trying to tell you, which is saying, if we don't stop global warming, the universe is going to be a black hole.
That's right.
If we don't stop global warming, in 50 million years, the sun's going to go red giant anyway.
Oh my god, this is Greta Thunberg.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't be up here. Spiraling the dust fort.
How dare you?
I only have about 10 minutes left on my ketchup. 10 minutes until the last broccoli goes out. Suffocating to death doesn't sound like a good way to go, and the engineers appear to have also thought this, as the collapse sequence appears to have almost been initiated. I'm going to press the last button required to collapse the superstructure. I doubt the substructure will hold out longer than 12 seconds. I guess that these will be the last words ever spoken. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
I like this, but also...
I don't like this.
I like this, but also, this is a short story pasted into an SCP or an RPC.
Fair enough.
I like it.
And
I like it a lot, but it's a short story.
It's microfiction on its own.
Yeah, it's microfiction, which you could argue, well, of course, all of these articles are, short fiction and everything, but what we have here is a very, very brief introduction about what it is, and then it gets into the story, which is, interesting. So I don't necessarily know if this was written to be an article, or if it was like a story that's, been put into the thin veneer of an article with a brief introduction.
I think it was meant to be an RPC specifically because I've considered how I could write stories along these lines, and this is probably how I would go about it.
Did you write all 3 of these?
I wrote.
That's why they're all alpha white.
Alpha White is definitely my favorite object class, not just because it's a funny meme, but because those tend to be the more goofy, weird, down-to-earth stories. I think that we do have a clear winner in this one out of the 3.
Sure.
Phoenix Pills.
Oh, you like Phoenix Pills more?
No.
Dayquil.
I'm just messing with you, because obviously the best of the worst this round is RPC 579.
The stars at night are alpha white in the heart of Texas.
I'm dreaming of an alpha white Christmas.
Just like the ones grandfather used to know.
Somebody remind us that when Christmas time rolls around, we have to do the Alpha White Christmas episode.
That is, yes.
Yeah, somebody out there remind us of that. Say,
Elias.
Elias,
do it. This is your job.
Elias, tattoo it on your forearm.
He's not allowed to get tattoos.
He's not allowed to get tattoos.
I don't care.
Elias tattooed on my forearm because you actually are licensed tattoos.
Tattoo it on Abysmii's forearm, but use like Chinese characters so it works with this whole hipster aesthetic.
Oh my god. Okay, so I have a weekly Zoom call with my parents just to like check in and shit.
Uh-huh.
And last week they saw my new tattoo, which is actually like 3 months old, but whatever.
It's a 3-month-old. He got tattooed.
It's a 3-month-old with a fat ass knowing Abysmii.
I kind of want to get it together and just write Alpha White Christmas on it and see what they say.
Oh my god.
It would fuck with my mom so much.
Make the A in Alpha the anarchy symbol, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, hell yeah.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
The following are .com reviews for the Whole Foods in the center of Kansas. They have been held for review, and an investigation by anomalous researchers is pending approval.
I would have never tried the Whole Foods if not for the Walmart across the street being packed due to the snowstorm. And that'll be the first and last time I try that. I figured it'd be similar to a normal grocery store. But there was this lady doing yoga in Indian clothes right in the middle of the butcher section. I think she was paid to be there. Her clothes were revealing, and my son shouldn't be exposed to that. What's worse is as I got closer to look for chicken strips, I heard the sounds of animals being slaughtered on the speakers. Some odd performance art, I guess. It was awful. They didn't even have pre-made chicken strips.
So normally I get my produce from the local farmer's market, but I was in a hurry to get some fruit for my acoustic guitar and chill sesh at a friend's house. So I was like pleasantly surprised to find that Whole Foods is actually like tree to table, like completely and totally. They had like a pick your own banana tree right in the middle of the store. It was a big tree, too. Like, the store had to have been built around it. It nearly reached the ceiling. Most of the store is covered by its branches. But it's not like banana trees I've seen. The bunches grow off the trunk, and, like, the trunk kind of is, like, pulsating and vibrates to, like, the feelings of the people around it. Very good bananas. Stayed fresh and pulsating right as we were eating them, and feeling the oneness of, like, the banana bunches.
Couldn't find what I needed. I wanted to get some fresh shelled walnuts and maybe some trail mix for hiking to impress this one chick I was dating. I figured they'd have those giant tubes of cashews and nuts and the like that you get and weigh at checkout, right? Turns out they didn't have that. Just a crystal dispenser section. Think those kind of tubes, but shiny, colored rocks instead of food. But I figured being into chi energy and chakra and the like would go over well with this chick. So I got some of those crystals that were supposed to support cardio and caused an unknown side effect to those of impure thoughts. We started jogging and I was way faster than normal. In fact, my heart felt great. Really great. I got a bad headache afterwards, though. As marketed, I guess. I always stop in here for a coffee, and so does this one lady who orders the same Ethiopian drip coffee that I do. Ever since I started drinking it, I've had dreams I'm a guinea pig in Brazil, on a giant farm, and although I don't speak a guinea pig language, I do understand the culture of the guinea pigs. I see her, the lady who gets the same coffee as me. She's a guinea pig too. And we're lesbians with 12 adopted guinea pig children. It's really good coffee. Maybe I should ask her out.
John Wolfe is a Let's Player, and oh my god, another Let's Player. I mean,
I know what you're thinking, guys.
Let's Players are garbage human beings, we all know this. But he's actually pretty fun. I've been discovering not really games, but publishers, indie publishers through him because he plays and highlights them.
Indie publishers through him? That's violent. Threw him right against
I don't
the wall.
question people's kinks, man. So if you want to like just go into like a little discovery route of indie publishers out there who might make games that you find interesting, go look him up on YouTube. That's John, John, Wolf, Wolfe.
No.
I hate people who put E in their name when their name is Woof.
Yep.
Well, they didn't put it in there. Their
Wolfies.
parents did.
Mm-hmm. That's like, it's like you said, I want to have a really cool last name, but I'm a little bit gun shy about being that cool.
Yeah, for real. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Agreed.
It's like either go all the way or just don't try it all. You're a gamer. You should know this.
I think people shouldn't even have their last name be Wolf. I think they should just call themselves Uwu. Just cut out the middleman. Christopher Howard Uwu.
God fucking damn it. Notices your copyright infringement.